Hey folks, I hope you're having a good day slash week slash time generally. I said that, not that exactly, but I said something similar to a person coming out of the shop the other day. What is time? Probably not the other day. Recently enough, I was leaving the shop and I meant to say, have a good day, but I just stumbled and went, have a good time. I sort of turned and was like, but immediately just like turned mid circle on my way out and very casually just shouted across the shop, in life generally. And she laughed and I left and it was fine. And I thought about it afterwards and I was like, man, that's such a different fucking response to what it would have been even just like 6 months ago, a year ago. Like, to have not immediately just like frozen up and gone, oh my god, I said something weird. The scripting came out wrong. I'm a cretin now, revealed in all my cretiny. Like, to have just casually continued the thought trail without like hyper focusing on how it might have looked or how it might have come out as if there was something wrong with it is massive. And it's funny because I was talking about this with one of our most awesome friends. I really must ask if anyone cares if I mention them by name or not, because it's really weird when you watch this and you're just referred to as like a friend, a good friend, a most awesome friend. But since I haven't asked, I'm like hesitant to name people. I remember to move this so I don't ASMR you with tea. Um, but like I realized in this conversation how much my view of people and of the world and of like what's going on around me has changed. Like, I'm starting to see people in like much clearer. Like, I'm starting to see people for who they are and for what they're going through, and for like if somebody responds, I don't. I started making it a habit to think, how is this not about me? Whenever I had like somebody respond in any way, shape, or form, or like whenever my anxiety would go off about how somebody might have looked or sounded or like anything, I'd always be like, how can I make this not about myself? And usually it's like, and then I saw a post that was like how people respond to boundaries, I think, but it might have just been how people respond. It tells you a lot more about like their attachment trauma. Um, and I was just like, yeah, do be like that, because that's absolutely why I respond the way I do initially and have to like train in to fight for a different, not knee jerk response to things. So it's really wild, but I've started seeing it and I've started feeling it and being like, oh, this is probably just like their response because in childhood this was effective or this was needed, or like, it's like this revelation that like, oh, holy shit, people's behavior is really not anything to do with me, which I've kind of said for a while, but like a lot of me didn't believe it, and a lot of me believes it now, and it's like it. It's weird when something goes into a belief structure, because it's like it, it's, yeah, I guess I don't have to fight to think it and say it and hear it when I need to. It's just my automatic assumption, and that leads to me being a lot more relaxed. Like, whenever anyone sees us talking out loud outside, I still get anxiety because like it's not average, it's not a normal thing to do. It's like definitely going to make people notice. But I've kind of started to like for one thing, I definitely think they are just thinking about how it affects them. Even when it's about me, it's not about me. Like if we're in the queue and we're talking out loud, which happens still sometimes. Um, we've had like people in front of us look back and do a double take, like what the, and step forwards a few paces, which at the time I was just like, okay, that's kind of funny. Do we're not talking about anything particularly worrying, but it it's nice in that it gets people to give us more space. It's unnerving in that I still find people unpredictable, and I'm like, how are they going to respond to this? Are we safe? It's like a lifetime of trauma. That's probably always going to be my first thought, but it doesn't like freeze me up with dread anymore, and it quickly moves to like they're thinking about how they respond to this and if their response is appropriate and if their response is okay, and like they're probably thinking, oh, this is probably really normal and I'm just out of the loop, or like this something that's like a gen what generation are we? Not millennials, are we? No, we can't be. Fuck, I don't know, because forget that the body is older than me, but maybe they're just thinking it's like a today's youth thing, and like yeah, a lot of the time I'm finding that I'm going, this, how is this not about me, kind of automatically, and it makes me a lot more relaxed, and it actually it frees up a lot of my feels like it frees up a lot of my space to think about it. So I actually have like more genuine responses to people now, and the ability to like be curious or playful in my conversation, because I'm not just frozen with dread, like at anything that could happen. So that's very cool. That's a big tick in the plus column of how things are. In the not so plus column, I'm fucking exhausted, which is just like standard every day. That's just what happens with trauma, isn't it? I feel like I'm actually lifting weights to blink. Like my eye bags have developed tons. It's just I'm so drained. I get this have this like I guess it's host brain thing. I was gonna say cute little habit, but I was like, not really. It's not really like a habit. It's yeah, it's got to be like the amnesia trying to protect me, where I can't remember anything I've done to be this tired. I can't remember why I'm exhausted. I I sort of like automatically assume that I have no reason to be this tired. I'm getting good now at reminding myself that I have a whole lifetime of trauma, which is every reason to be exhausted, even if I don't remember it, and if I don't remember this week or this day. It's kind of time kind of has this like etch a sketch feeling for me. Like I kind of forget that my nervous system and my body sort of gets branded by what we've done in life and recently, and I forget there'll be effects of everything. So I sort of go through life like going, oh wow, why am I so tired? This is weird, because I can't quite remember everything I've done to be exhausted. So I thought that I thought I'd make a habit of like going through our last um journal and like this is from the 13th of February. So basically a month ago. This last month. This is our last most recent month span of time ish. And as I just browse through it and like as much as I can give an overview of what the fuck our month is for my benefit and for our benefit. And also, I thought it could be kind of cool, it could be kind of helpful for other people to either be like, oh shit, big relate, me too, or to be like, wow, is that what life as a system is like? And either way, I think that's kind of a useful thing. However, I'm going to stop this here and then start another one because I feel like this is not going to be a short video, and but it's already the context alone and just me thinking has gone for 11 minutes. So